All right, part 3 of Maya Angelou's book, her biography called Maya's Song. And we're now at the stage where she regained and she reclaimed her voice. Can I ask that of you? Do you have definite identity and you use your words carefully? Use it for power and positivity, potency. Yeah, so that you can build and you can change the environment, the atmosphere where you are so that you can create possibilities and success. Well, let's just go on. Let's go on and see where the story goes. Let's see. Oh, it's nighttime now. Unexpected blessings. Maya's world changed when she turned 16 years old. In 1945, she had a son, Guy Bailey Johnson. Am I reading that right? Yep, Guy Bailey Johnson. Some folks around town shunned teenage mothers. Yeah, back in the 40s, that's something else. But Maya's mother said, life is always a gift. I remember saying that to my cousin. I won't say which cousin, but there was one, a family member, where this person wasn't all that excited, or they were concerned because a relative was having a child and that relative was not married. And what I said to my cousin, I said, life is life. That life had nothing to do with the circumstances of them coming into the world. So you celebrate. Yeah, you celebrate. And the situations and circumstances, that's a different story. But that young man, that young woman, that little boy, that little girl, that baby has nothing to do with it. And I say adults because a lot of times they grow up with rejection because maybe they weren't unwanted or not celebrated, as a baby. It doesn't matter. Life. You celebrate life while you have life and others have life. Okay. So, Maya raised her baby boy. There you go. It's a privilege to be a mama of a son. Sometimes worrying. Do I have what it takes to be a mother? Oh, yes, you do. She told herself over and over, believe in yourself. Trust you are enough. I'll say you're more than enough. You're more than a conqueror. Okay. This is my story. This is my song. Oh, we're talking about some church references. Blessed assurance. To earn a living and provide for her son, Maya wowed crowds with her singing and dancing at the Purple Onion nightclub in San Francisco. The audience knew jazz, but what was this new music Maya was singing? Have you heard of calypso? Listen to this Afro-Caribbean beat. Sing with me, sing with me. Maya brought Trinidad and Tobago to California, and every song lyric, in every note, her deep voice filled the room. When the drums tap, tap, tapped, Maya's bare feet moved across the stage. Have you heard of calypso? Listen to this Afro-Caribbean beat. Move with me, move with me. Maya traveled with an ensemble of performers. Sometimes they teased her because of her raspy, deep voice. Maya's voice wasn't always pitch perfect, but it was always just right. She refused to hold her head down. Remember her papa? And sang louder and louder. The little girl from St. Louis had taken her voice and her songs to 22 countries. Are you kidding me? This is wonderful. She traveled to Italy, France, Egypt, Israel, and Greece, and Morocco. Each of the performers were asked to sing a solo. They all sang opera, but Maya chose to sing a spiritual. Yes, she learned as a little girl in Arkansas. I am a poor pilgrim of sorrow. I'm lost in this wide world alone. Sometimes I'm tossed and driven and know not where to roam. I heard of a city called heaven. I hope to make heaven my home. The audience gave her a standing ovation, and Maya realized that even though she didn't have the voice others had, she had her songs, her stories, and that was enough. I was listening to National Public Radio yesterday. I had to pull that story up. As far as Fisk Jubilee singers and the history, and there was a song, the spiritual, I'd never heard of. It was so beautiful. Oh, our heritage. Oh, where we come from. Oh, we need to disseminate that type of music of hope, of triumph, of victory, of strength. Harlem, the place of afros and raised fists. The place where hundreds flooded the streets to get a glimpse of Malcolm X preaching and teaching. Harlem, the place of amateur acts at the Apollo jazz clubs and dance halls. Harlem, Louis Michel and the National Memorial African Bookstore. John Killens and the Harlem Writers Guild. Langston Hughes and his dreams. Harlem, a new home for Maya, the place where she learned the power of not only speaking words, but writing them down. Yes, this is wonderful. Didn't realize she was... Oh, and look at that. It's so ironic I have this shirt on today. Brother Jimmy and Brother Martin. Maya loved James Baldwin and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a deep, deep love. They were more like sister and brothers than friends. Jimmy was light in the darkest of rooms. Martin was water in a parched desert. Maya and Jimmy wrote about their experiences living in America as a black woman and man. They were known all over the world, but when they were home in Harlem, they were just two friends sitting at the kitchen table, talking, debating, and loving each other. Maya believed in Martin's vision. She organized a musical review called Cabaret for Freedom and donated all the money to the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, yes, the SCLC, to support Dr. King's dream. Their friendship was an anchor, kept them steady, kept them trusting that a change was going to come. Freedom was coming soon. Isn't that wonderful? Look at these beautiful collages. Oh my goodness. Didn't know that history. Oh, it can't be a part 4. Hopefully we can get to this. It is such a rich book. 1962. Accra, Ghana. Oh, I went there. It's such a beautiful place. Oh, another place Maya called home. In Accra, home was making kinky with pepper sauce and fried fish. Home was becoming fluent in Fante. Home was teaching at the University of Ghana and penning articles and essays for local magazines. Home was learning from scholar W.E.B. Du Bois. Yes, all his where he's buried, where his remains lie. Home was having friends over for elaborate dinners to talk about the happenings in Africa, in North America. Home was making new friends and welcoming old ones. Home was preparing a feast for Malcolm X when he visited. Home was sitting with Malcolm and listening to his new vision. His plan to start the organization of Afro-American Unity. Maya loved living in Ghana, but she wanted to be a part of Malcolm's movement. So many people, so many businesses, oh my goodness, so many have moved or as a second home moved to Ghana. I remember when I was there in 2014 and I said, oh, there are going to be so many who set up shop, and I'm glad to see that so many have broke camp and moved over there. It's beautiful. But she wanted to be part of Malcolm's movement. She decided to leave Ghana and return to the U.S. to join Malcolm. Maya knew that home was never one place with one kind of people. Home was any place her voice could be heard. Home was any place there was love. Wonderful. Oh my. This is a show enough book. February 21st, 1965. When Maya arrived to the States, she made plans to see Malcolm, but before she could, he was assassinated. Sometimes bad things happen. Sometimes darkness comes. Maya held on to Malcolm's words. Maya, you can communicate because you have plenty of soul and you always keep your feet firmly rooted on the ground. Maya knew Malcolm believed in her, so she would keep on and on. I think there's going to be a part 4, you all, because we pick up on her birthday. Something terrible happens on her, 40th birthday? Let's pick it up on the other side.